Today we've come along to have a look at Fujifilm's latest release, the X-T30. This model inherits a lot of the advanced features and functionality from the X-T3 that we loved and looked at last year. I'm joined here by Andreas from Fujifilm.
Right.
So the X-T30, just tell us a little bit about this model.
So the X-T30 for us is a really exciting camera because what a lot of people don't realise is the X-T20 is actually our best-selling X-series camera ever. It hits that sweet spot of people who want something really small and really light and are enthusiast photographers, but also people who've got no interest in photography as such and want just something small and light to carry with them to take better quality images.
So there's a lot of advanced functionality on this that comes from the X-T3. Let's just take a little bit of a tour around the camera. What can you tell us about this?
So the first thing to point out is like we did X-T2 to X-T20, it's the same sensor and processor that we found in the X-T3. What that means is we get the 26 megapixel, very, very high resolution, but also the super fast performance of the processor to make sure that we've got 4K video functionality, so like phase detection, AF pixels across the screen, really, really advanced features in a really, really small body. It's much smaller than the X-T3.
One of the key points on this camera is that you've kind of improved the autofocus yet again with what's called generation 4.1. So tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so obviously we listen to our end users and we see what the markets are asking for, and face detection and eye detection and the quality and the responsiveness of that is something that we see is very, very important. So we're in 4.1, we've got better, more stable face and eye detection, we've got better exposure with face and eye detection, as well as being able to actually face select as well now. So using the touch screen or the joystick, you can select which face is the priority now in the screen. The thing about us is obviously we don't just bring out new features to one camera and forget about the old range, so all those functionality will come to the X-T3 in a firmware update come April.
As a camera to look at, it has so much in common with the X-T20 that we've seen before. Just tell us about a few body changes and things around the body that we haven't seen before.
So what you'll actually see on the back, the first thing that people will talk about is the fact that the directional pad has gone. So we've got such a small real estate on the back of the X-T30, we decided to get rid of that and actually put the joystick, which is well loved from X-T3, X Pro 2 and X-T3. We've raised this slightly, so actually without the D-pad, your thumb isn't resting on more buttons. We've still got the auto button, which is actually very one of the main reasons why people love this as a lifestyle camera, because you can be an enthusiast, adjust all your settings, flick it to auto, give it to somebody who knows nothing about photography. It's still got the pop-up flash that we know and love from the X-T20. Also the actual screen's a lot thinner, so shaving a few more millimeter. And on the side we'll notice that we've got USB-C, so that can double up either as a charging port or as headphone output as well.
So really interesting to release the X-T30, and at the same time as the release of this camera, you've also got a new lens coming, the 16mm.
Yeah, so we're expanding the range of the small conical type lenses that we first introduced with the 35mm f2 about 3.5 years ago. And we've got a 16mm f2.8, which as a package makes it about 550 grams when paired with the X-T30. So actually our mirrorless cameras, the essence of them is to focus on the size, weight and the portability of them, as well as the image quality.
So when can we expect the X-T30 to come, and what kind of pricing are we looking at for this new model?
So the X-T30 will be available in 3 colours, black, silver and this one that we've got here, the charcoal silver. The black and silver will be available on sale in the UK on the 20th of March. The charcoal silver will come around May time. Again, prices, we're looking at 3 different configurations. We're looking at body only, which will be $849. We're looking at XC 15 to 45mm kit, which will be £50 more, $899. And we're looking at this kit that we've got with the 18 to 55 lens, which will be $1199.
That's really interesting information. Thanks, Andreas, for that. So there we go. That's our tour around the brand new Fujifilm X-T30. Make sure you just check back to Amateur Photographer for much more information about this new release.